What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're once again going to be doing another full career simulation, and this time it's going to be a bit different. For the first time we're going to be using a defenseman, and with that being said, today's video is going to be on Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche. As always, we're going to be controlling an Eastern Conference team and doing whatever we can to stay out of the way of the Colorado Avalanche in the simulation. Then we're going to simulate year by year and check Cale Makar's stats as well as if he wins any awards. Now let's see how Cale Makar is looking heading into his first regular season in the NHL. After having a solid playoff run last year in real life with the Colorado Avalanche, EA has Cale Makar in the second defensive pairing with Samuel Girard and is currently at an 81 overall. Makar has medium elite potential and his role is currently listed as a top 4 defenseman. As for his attributes, they are very solid. He has 90 deking, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 85 defensive awareness, and 85 offensive awareness. He's an offensive defenseman, so I'm hoping in a few years we see him with a few 50 to 60 point seasons. This is the first time we're doing this with a defenseman, like I said, so I am interested to see how this turns out. Let's see if there's enough for him to win the Calder and possibly bring the Colorado Avalanche deeper into the playoffs. So in his rookie year, the Colorado Avalanche end up finishing 7th in the NHL and are knocked out by the Dallas Stars in the first round. Cale Makar's first ever regular season sees him scoring 12 goals and 14 assists for 26 points and was a -1. In 7 playoff games, he didn't repeat last year's playoff magic and put up just 1 goal for 1 point. With this, he's up to an 84 overall, and Capo Caco ends up taking home the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year. Hopefully we see a big season from Cale Makar in year 2. Once again in year 2, we see the Avs finish pretty high in the standings for the regular season, but this time they go on a deep playoff run where we see them losing 6 games in the Western Conference Finals. In the regular season, Cale Makar already has a big improvement from the prior season. Makar put up 14 goals and 26 assists for 40 points and had an even plus-minus. In the playoffs, he scored 2 goals and 5 assists for 7 points, and with this increase in point totals, we see Cale Makar increase to an 86 overall. Sadly, in year 3, the Colorado Avalanche do find themselves out of the playoffs for the first time since 2017, as they finished 18th in the NHL. With this poor season for the Avalanche, we do see a little bit of a step back in Cale Makar's point production. This season, Makar scored 9 goals and 21 assists for 31 points on the season and was a +11. Makar does fall back to an 85 overall though and signs a 4-year, $5 million per year extension with the Colorado Avalanche. In year 4, it just gets worse as the Avalanche fall back to 25th in the NHL and miss the playoffs for the second straight year. Cale Makar does have a point increase as he puts up 9 goals and 27 assists for 36 points, and his plus-minus is a -21. Makar stays put at an 85 overall, and hopefully the Avs can get a decent pick and try to get themselves back towards the playoffs. Year 5 is another awful season for the Colorado Avalanche as they finished 25th in the league for the second straight year. Cale Makar has his career worst season on top of this, only scoring 7 goals and 7 assists for 14 points and was a -21. With this, Makar falls back to an 81 overall, which is the same as he was in his rookie season. Year 6 is a very interesting one for the Colorado Avalanche as they sneak into the playoffs as the final seed but end up losing all the way in the Stanley Cup Finals to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Cale Makar finishes the regular season with 6 goals and 13 assists for 19 points and in the playoffs had 8 assists. Cale Makar is back up to an 85 overall heading into the final year of his current deal. Year 7 sees the Avalanche finish 9th in the NHL and once again back in the playoffs. The playoffs were a disappointment though as they were bounced in 5 games to the Chicago Blackhawks. In the regular season, Cale Makar scored 10 goals and 28 assists for 38 points with a plus-minus of 14. In the playoffs though, like the Avs, Cale Makar struggled as he put up 0 points and was a -4. After a disappointing playoff run and a few up and down years with the Avalanche, 85 overall Cale Makar hits free agency and does sign with the St. Louis Blues on a 4-year contract that is worth $7 million per year. In their first year with Cale Makar, the St. Louis Blues finished 12th in the NHL and in the playoffs fall in 7 games to the eventual Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks. Cale Makar has a solid first year with the Blues, scoring 13 goals and 22 assists for 35 regular season points, and in the playoffs came up big, scoring a goal and 3 assists for 4 points in 7 games. Makar still had an 85 overall. In year 9, the Blues again finished 12th in the NHL, and for the second time in Cale Makar's career, he falls short in the Stanley Cup Finals. As for the regular season, Makar had another good one as he scored 8 goals and 37 assists for 45 points, and in the playoffs added another 14 points. With this, he's back up to an 86 overall. After a cup run in year 9, in year 10 the Blues shit the bed and finished 27th in the NHL. Despite this, Cale Makar has a great season, scoring his career high with 11 goals and 36 assists for 47 points. He stays put at 86 overall. In his first 10 years, Makar has played 912 games, scored 110 goals, 261 assists for 371 total career points, and a career plus-minus of +9. So in the last year of his deal with the Blues, they put together a solid season, finishing 9th in the NHL, but fall in the second round to Nashville. Makar has another solid regular season, putting up 14 goals and 30 assists for 44 points, and in the playoffs added another 5 points. He decreases to an 84 overall, and after making the playoffs in 3 out of 4 years, including a finals appearance, Cale Makar does decide to re-sign with the Blues on a 5-year, $7 million per year deal. So in year 12, about halfway through the year, Cale Makar is traded to the Minnesota Wild. Up to this point, Makar had 2 goals and 7 assists for 9 points with the Blues. And with the addition of Cale Makar, the Wild do end up going on to have an amazing regular season, finishing 2nd in the entire NHL. Sadly, in the playoffs, they fall in the Western Conference Finals in 7 games to the Arizona Coyotes, though. The full regular season sees Makar finish with just 6 goals and 13 assists for 19 points, and in 20 playoff games added another 8 points. Makar is down to an 80 overall now, and once again was close to a Stanley Cup. So as you can see, I went through all the rosters, and Cale Makar is gone. So I guess apparently in year 12, Makar decided to retire at the young age of 32 years old. I didn't check retired players because he still had years left on his deal, and once again, he was just 32 years old. As you can see, he isn't in the NHL or the AHL, so I guess that's it for Makar. Short career with nothing really to show for it. No Stanley Cups, no Norris trophies, just 134 goals, 313 assists for 447 career points. Pretty disappointing simulation, and yeah, I guess EA hates Cale Makar, and that's all it's going to be for this video. So thank you guys for watching. I'm really sorry about the disappointing and abrupt ending. And yeah, up next, we're going to be doing Quinn Hughes, because as for this simulation and a few others, he is an absolute stud. So let's see how that one ends up turning out. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.